Guys, just wanted to come on right quick and just talk about a couple things. I hope you guys had a great Sunday or are having a great Sunday. I'm having a good Sunday. Yeah. So, I called this video or entitled this video "Overcoming with Paralysis." At first, I thought I was experiencing analysis paralysis, which basically means that you've overthought something so much to the point where you can't do anything. And I was like, I'm not necessarily overthinking anything. It's just that I have a list, and I have so much on this list that it's just like I don't even know. Not even that I don't know where to start. It's just so much on there that I would just rather just go to bed at this point. Like there's so much stuff that I could possibly be doing as far as different things, as far as my church, as far as my job, as far as stuff with my family, as far as like book stuff. Like there's so much stuff right now, and I'm just like, whew, child, I don't know. Like I don't even know where to even begin, or not even where to begin, but where to like to start is just like overwhelming almost, And so literally, and I've been experiencing this for like maybe 2 weeks or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. So like literally, I'm just gonna go to bed. That's my answer to everything. Like I'm just going to bed, right? But here's the thing, and I said overcoming, but I might still be in it, so who knows? But here's the thing that I've noticed that's starting to help for me. One, I stopped making lists. Like I had a list of stuff like I need to get done as far as like my church, as far as stuff around the house, stuff as far as my like book stuff. I was like, let me put all the lists away. Like no more lists. And like there's certain things like I have to do, every day or whatever, regularly, like go to work. I have to go to work. I have to walk my dog. And so one of the things is like, even though that's something I have to do and like, I can't not do it, I like almost, I don't want to say celebrate, but I acknowledge like, hey, you did get something done. So it's not like, so like when I have like a list and I have all these unchecked boxes or all these things that aren't crossed out, it feels like, wow, I'm not using my time wisely. It feels like I'm not being productive. But the thing is like, no. You went to work 40 hours this week or more or whatever, or you went to work, you went to Bible study, you went to church, you did this, you did that. So there's other things like my dog got walked twice a day, at least twice a day, every single day. He got fed. Cats got fed. Everybody got fed. There's groceries in my house. There's toiletries in my house. There's stuff. So like a lot of times we'll see this list or the enemy will use those moments and make you feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Oh, I am not being productive. Oh, I just, ruined my day, or I just wasted a day or wasted all this time. But no, like you did stuff. Like you got stuff done. And even in those moments or evenings where I literally just decide just to go to bed, it's like, no, well, guess what? You just got more sleep than you got all week. Or, like you was able to like rest up, which is still something to count. So like one of the things is just like acknowledge the smaller things, or not even the small things, acknowledge the things that you have to do as like your win. Let those be your wins. So then you feel like, okay, I was still productive because all of my household things got done, or I was still productive because I actually did go to work, because sometimes people get so overwhelmed that they won't even go to work. Like, and that's a thing for them. That's a coping mechanism where they just shut down for the entire day. Like if you made it to work and you stayed the whole day, or you stayed half the day, because it might be one of those days. Like acknowledge that and like give yourself that moment. And that's something that's allowed me to keep on pushing through this whole like feeling of just feeling kind of stuck, or more so just that I have so much to do that I just can't do anything. The other thing is acknowledging that, hey, this might literally just be a moment of rest for me, It's like, yeah, I have this whole list of stuff that I could possibly be doing right now, but like taking the time to really stop and like rest in God has been something that's just like, okay, maybe I actually like helps change your perspective. Because like, and like, I don't know for sure if this is like, no, you need to be resting right now, or you need to really still be pushing it really hard with some of the other projects I have. But like, physical rest and actual spiritual rest is what I'm basically working on right now, like throughout this whole period of time of the last couple of weeks. So I've been sleeping a lot more, but just like, but then also just getting more into my word and like really reading, just having conversations like to God, like with God, like not just, like warfare prayer or anything like that, but just, talking, like having those conversations like, God, this is what I'm thinking. This is how I feel about this, that type of stuff. So that allowing God to just minister to me and like pour back into me, because I pour out to others a lot and often. And so allowing this to be a moment of rest as well. has helped, because then it's like, oh, it's not that I'm not being productive, it's just this is some time for me to just take a moment and like regroup. Basically, I had a video talking about regrouping a couple months ago now, but basically what happened was, it was like I was trying to do a lot of stuff, and like one thing after the other, after the next, just like things kept going wrong, things kept happening where I wasn't able to get the task done that I needed to get done, and like I got really really frustrated. And then in that moment, it's like, okay, I need to just stop and regroup. And a lot of times, God is telling us, like, no, this might not be a season for rest for you. This might not be a point where you stop or you abandon this project or abandon all hope or whatever. But maybe you do need to like regroup. And in that actual regroup of when I was on like that particular day, it was me going home, eating lunch, watching a couple YouTube videos, and then it's like, okay, now I can go back and now I can try again. Now I can do the work that needed to be done, or I can fix whatever went wrong or whatever. But in the spiritual way of looking at it is also like, okay, I need to stop. I need to focus on one particular thing. Like my natural need was I needed to eat, I needed food, but then my spiritual need might be I need to be fed. So maybe I need to read something. I need to be in the presence of God. I need something, you know? And so allowing those moments, like really just taking time to decipher what season I'm in, has been helpful as well. The other thing is just been like, it's weird because like I have so much I could possibly be doing, and yet I still keep getting more stuff. And like it's really crazy because it's like I can't even, like this weekend, my whole plan was just to rest and just hang out at my house by myself. And that was my plan. Literally Friday, I was out doing stuff like all day long. Saturday, I was out doing stuff. And like I got things done, but they weren't anything that was on my actual original list. So it's kind of like, well, I had a productive weekend, but like all these other things that like, these are extracurricular things. These weren't on the list. So like, if I look at my list, it looks like, oh, I didn't even, like, even though I was busy this whole entire weekend, it looks like I wasn't productive because nothing on my list, like everything I accomplished, none of it was on the list. So it's like, it was just extra stuff but it had to get done. It had to be done this weekend, you know? And so it's like giving myself grace, you know, like, hey, yeah, you didn't complete nothing extra on your list this week. Okay. You didn't. All right. But like, okay, but you still got stuff done. And like saying, okay, you know, not being as hard on myself. Like a lot of times I can be very critical of myself, and like if I set out for a plan and it doesn't happen, then I'll internalize that, okay, Lonnie, how could you have done that better? And I'm not saying that to say like that's something you do, or even for myself, like that's a bad thing. Like, no, it's not, because it's good to be able to check in and be able to check yourself, you know, when you're not doing what you need to be doing. But then sometimes it's like, okay, give yourself a break, give yourself like this room to breathe, because like what really kind of started this whole feeling of like I can't get anything done was like someone told us to like do a timetable basically of like our schedule, and it kind of helps you plan out your day and plan out, you know, like basically the whole point was a lot of times we say that, oh, we don't have enough time to do something. Like let's say you want to work out, well, I don't have enough time to work out. But if you actually looked at your actual, you know, from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m., which 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. If you actually looked at it, it's like, okay, well, actually, you do have time. You have a whole free hour right here, but usually you're on social media, you know, or you're on the phone just talking, you know, laughing up with people. Like, but if you consistently do that, you can see how your time can easily get eaten up, right? And so, like, I saw, like, okay, I do have times. Like, I have time to go to the gym 4 days a week for an hour. I just don't want to, but I have the time to do it, right? And so the thing is, it's like, so I started plugging in things like, okay, I can do this here, and I can do this, study in this time, gym this time, do this and this and this. And then I felt overwhelmed because it was just like, okay, this is a lot. And like the problem was that almost every block was like, so I did through Excel. So you guys know the little Excel like blocks or whatever. Quite a few, almost like 80% of my blocks, once I got done with that exercise, were filled. And then felt like this, like, oh crap, what do I do now? Like, where do I even begin? And like the next day was like a Monday. It was literally December 1st. So that was on the Monday, and it was just like, okay, get started. Let's go. Let's do this. And I'm just like, I can't, because I literally now feel overwhelmed. And it was because part of that was because of the fact that it was two things. The first part of it was I didn't leave myself in any breathing room where I could just, you know, not have anything planned, not be doing something, not be like striving or anything like that. And the other part was I didn't consult God in it. So it's like, yeah, I made this whole entire plan now of like what my day should look like. At no point did I say, hey, God, what do you want me to be doing from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock on the Thursday? I'm at work. That's what he wants me to be doing. But you guys get it, you know? And so it's like, because maybe God doesn't want me doing certain things at certain times, you know? And like not incorporating or allowing God into that space in that moment, I gave myself a bunch of stuff that I probably was not supposed to be doing in this season anyway. So I hope that just encouraged you guys. Like, I can't say that like I'm out of it. Like, I still feel this funk where like literally it was a struggle for me to do this video, but now I can count it as like, but I did it. And you know, but because I was going to do this video days ago, but it was just like, oh, it's another thing on my list. It's another thing I want to do, but just like, when am I going to do it and all this stuff. And so like, I'm trying not to get bogged down like with the timing part of it. I think that's what's really been bogging me down, because like I was even supposed to text somebody. I was supposed to text them like 2 weeks ago at this point, and I haven't done it because I didn't do it when I was supposed to have done it initially. And so now it just feels like it's weird. I'm overthinking it, and I know this. But anyways, and so trying not to get bogged down by like allowing the time part of it. That's what I was talking about. So like, if I get it done, let that be the end of it. Like, yes, I got it done. Not like the, oh, I got it done, but I should have got it done 5 hours ago. I should have got it done 2 weeks ago, that type of thing. Because sometimes, like, I can't even, like, be happy about completing something without being hard on myself for not doing it sooner. Like, if you did it, when you do it, like, just be glad for that. Let that be something off your list, and then you move on to the next thing. Try not to, and this is more so for myself, not for y'all. This is for me. But, like, I'm trying not to, like, you know, be so hard on myself where it's just like, oh, but you then should have got that done earlier. Or you see how easy that was. You could have gotten this done days ago, you know? So just allowing that, yes, I got it done, and then that's it. This is what I'm like aiming for this week coming up. Because there's a lot of things where, like, some stuff I just have to do because, like, my job, like, literally, that's my job. I have to do these things, right? But there's also other stuff, like, as far as, like, my book stuff and, like, all that kind of stuff that I want to get done. And like, there's like these courses that I have that's really starting to overwhelm me because I bought too many during Black Friday, right? It was a really good sale though, and I want all of them. And so I want to be growing and learning. And so, but I'm taking it one day at a time, and I'm taking it from one task at a time, basically, and just acknowledging, hey, you did something else. Like, it's 2 o'clock. I went to church. You know, I walked my dog. He's gonna get walked again. You know, I went grocery shopping. I haven't cooked dinner, but I got the groceries, so that's a step in it. So it's like just resting in those things. Like, okay, today wasn't a bust because I might literally after this go to bed. Well, walk my dog, then go to bed, and that might be it for the day. But today isn't a bust because I did do something. You know, so that's where I'm hanging out at right now. Yeah. So I just hope this encourages you. Like, I can't even necessarily, I said overcoming list paralysis. And I gave some decent, I think I gave some pretty good tips of what I'm working on. But I'm still working through it right now. And that's the thing. And so, but I think the real testimony of it is that even though I'm experiencing this feeling of there's so much I can do, I can't do anything, that I'm still getting stuff done. So it might not have been the entire list. It might not have been every single thing I wanted to do by now, but I'm getting something done. So I'm resting in that, and I'm rejoicing in that. And so I hope that just encourages you. Like, we all have these moments and these signs. And yeah, it's a spiritual attack. I know this. Like, I recognize it because as soon as I was trying to be, you know, as soon as I had everything organized where I could see how much I wanted to do, like, by the end of the year and all that stuff was stuff I needed to do for, like, to advance and like the book stuff and all that stuff, it just came over me. So that's not like you would know if it was God telling you to rest, if it was kind of like between the difference between that and the difference between it being a spiritual attack. As soon as I had my strategy on how I was going to be productive, I felt this weight of, I can't do this. That's of the enemy. That's not of God, you know? And so I recognize it. And I'm plowing through it right now. And like right now, my continuing to push forward, even though I still feel this way, That's my win right there. And so I hope that encourages you. Like, it might not be a situation where you say a prayer and immediately, no, I'm not saying God can't, because God can't, but right now that's not what I'm experiencing. And so I don't want to come on here and tell you guys like, oh, bind that spirit of heaviness and then keep on pushing, because that ain't where I'm at right now. Like, that's just not where I am, and that's not my truth in this moment. And so, but God's still good, and I'm still victorious, and I'm still getting stuff done. And so, even though it doesn't look exactly how I would think overcoming something like this would be, I'm still victorious because I am, and God told me. So yeah, I hope that encourages you. I hope that just gives you just like that extra push you need to get through the rest of this week, to get through the rest of this month, to get through the rest of this year. So I hope you guys are doing great. I hope we all continue to push, and I will talk to you guys soon. I hope. Bye.